Oh yeah. What's up, team? Out here parked along a country road. Place called Yelm, Washington. And of course, it's frosty. Really frosty. It's like 25 degrees maybe or something. Came out to a job, a bunch of trees falling down and whatnot. So me and Jake are here to basically clean everything up. It's no cleanup job, down only. Some of the stuff's already down. Some of the stuff isn't down. We gotta get it down still. But this is gonna be a two-part video. First part here, we're gonna be at this location, cleaning up, just cutting up, bucking up wood. And you know, there's also a tree that's on like a chicken coop that we're gonna get off of it. And then there's like another tree that we're gonna pull it over with a winch, just get it on the ground and cut it up. But the second part of this video, I've got a massive cottonwood, like 5 feet at the base. Codom comes off the ground. It's like a single stem for about 8 feet up or something. And then it splits off into two huge, it's a huge tree. It's a huge cottonwood. So if you don't want to see us cutting up wood and whatnot, just skip to the latter part of this video and see the second part. It's gonna be worth it. You can see here, one of the fallen trees that came down. We already started cutting up wood. I didn't think about making it, like, I was gonna make a video on this part, but I just brain dumped it. I just started working right away. But this guy broke apart here and just kind of went straight down and smashed their little place set over there. So we're cutting up all the limbs, starting to buck up the wood here, but it came down and it came right through here and destroyed this place set. Luckily it didn't hit the slide, so we already cut up some of the wood. This maple, we're gonna pull it over. It's bigger than it looks. They always are. On camera, the trees are half the size. If you guys haven't done any tree work and put it on camera, all the trees are twice the size they look on camera. So we'll pull this thing over. It's up against the building. They kind of, well, you can see. The second guy's over here. It's laying on the building. It fell over. Just a lot of rotten stuff in there. You can see like the mushrooms or the fungus growing here. It just kind of all came apart and then it kind of fell right onto the building. So I'm gonna get up there and cut all that up off the metal roof. Hopefully it holds my weight and I don't fall through the building. Just real quick, we're gonna cut these trees up and make it look better for them and get on to that second part of the job. All cut up on our wood. Jake's gonna make a pile with some sticks. Looking good. Let's see if this will support my weight and I don't slide off as well. Okay. See if I can cut this. This has got a, I'm gonna have to cut this at the base here to slowly let it come down, and then I'll have to walk out there and cut all that off and just buck this up and not cut into the building. We're good on the coop. It held up just fine. Come on off there. I can cut it up as I pull it off. Hey, get back on that pile. All right, so now it's time to pull over this maple right here. Cleaned up the base here a little bit. I noticed it's two separate stems that I need to do this in. I can't do it at one big piece. This one, it leans towards the house. That one leans towards the house and this building. So I think I'll do is I'll just throw a rope up in it over here and I'll redirect it. We'll pull it out here. It can run right along the side of this tree and come down. This stuff's already wrecked, so these limb tips hit it. I mean, it's already broken, so. The monkey's fist, or whatever they call it, should go up through the limbs and then unravel on its way down. Except for it's not in the tree.
Hey Tim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out and grab some groceries real quick, but
Okay.
you guys want me to bring you a hot coffee or something back? My treat.
Oh no, I'm totally fine.
I'm totally fine.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No worries. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. 3 points of contact. That line angle should work. We're not up against this, barely up against that. That'll be fine. What I don't like to see is this crack right here. It's a little early for that. There's the front of my hinge and it's already creating this lower back piece starting to split. Don't love that. I'm also watching this branch right here because it's pretty big. It's over the house over here. I really don't want it to come down and smack this thing. Give me a couple more cranks to see what it does. By. Hang on. See how that's cracked right there? There's not much I can do about that at this point. Even I created a second crack down below in this spot right here. So I think we're just gonna have to pull her over. It's that back weight keeping her on right now. Well, mostly what I'm worried about, Jake, is this back limb. Because it has to come over. So this is pretty strong, but I still don't want to swipe it. If I cut that back limb now, we could peel it down. I think we might need to cut that back limb a little bit. If I peel that back limb off, that tree's probably going to fall on its own. I think I should cut that back limb. I might even actually get on top. I don't know if that'll support my weight. There's no support beams here, so I can't really climb on that. Oh, up there. Well, I won't be able to reach it. Yeah. Will that clear? The question is when this tree comes over, will this limb come over far enough to clear this support, this little walk-through thing right here? You see what I'm saying? Awfully close. It'll probably clear now that I'm looking at it. All right, let's pull her over the rest of the way then. Got her. Yeah. Well, crap. It helps when you hit record on the camera. We got that last piece pulled over and cut up and moved out and putting stuff away now. It's time to go on to that next job. I'll show you the rest of this real quick. There's a big pile of wood over here and a pile of wood over there and a pile of brush over there and a pile of brush over there and a pile of brush right there. Time to get to the felling job. This should be pretty interesting. I'm excited. Like I said, I got to be up in the tree to cut one half off, and then from the bottom of the base of the tree do a big face cut and a back cut and use the 58-ton jack, try to get this thing to go where I want it to go. So wish me luck. All right guys, we're out at the next location here in my twins Cottonwood. The Cottonwood twins, as I'm calling it right now, is back here in the forest. And there's really there's not any kind of for real property that I can wreck, but there is like a fence line. There's two fences, and that's what I'm kind of working around with. I can't just let these fall. One of them I can let fall where I want it to go, but the other one I'm going to try to convince it to go the direction I want it to go with the jack. Hence why I'm bringing it. All right, here's the tree. Here she is. Big old girl, Kodam. Let me go from the other side over here and show you looking up at it. It's a beast. Okay, there she is. dead. Tops are dead. It's been dead for a while. So the thing here is there's a fence line that runs right along this area right here, and it comes down here and it stops right there, and then it shoots off of that direction. So with this back side stem, I want to hug this fir tree right next to it as hard as I can to try to keep it going out that way versus coming in this way where it kind of wants to go on its own. So they did take some of the wire down over here, but I said I'd do my best to try to keep this one off the fence. So I'm gonna try to keep it out there, and I can't cut it from the bottom because the stems are still connected, and that's like 8 feet up at least. So I'm gonna set a rope in this tree. I'm gonna kind of set myself up in here, and I'm gonna cut this right side off in the tree. So I'll be strapped into this side, and I'm gonna cut this one. I'm gonna face cut and a back cut here. So it's gonna be right on me, and I'm just gonna let her go out here. And for the left side, it has natural weight and top weight out this direction. And what I want to do over here, which is why I'm bringing the jack, is also there's the fence line right here, and I want to keep it on the inside of that fence line, so inside of these 2 trees. So it needs to come right through here. You can see. So I want it to come right through here, and I don't think it was going to go on its own that way, and I really didn't want to be pounding wedges, so that's why I brought the tree jack. So I'll show you more about this when we get it out here, but it's 58-ton jack, 116,000 pounds, which is more than enough for any tree I'm ever going to come across, even this one. But on this one, I'm going to do a huge notch out front, and I'm going to back cut this thing with the 661 36-inch bar. I'm going to cut from both sides and just do a massive face cut, and just do a massive back cut and put the jack in the back and start jacking this thing, and I hope that it goes. But this tree is big. She's a beast.
You want to measure it first?
Yeah, let's measure it. I'll just hold on to it, just walk around. I really don't like this tape. It's kind of complicated.
This one has different measurements than I've seen on any other one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this tape. So about breast height is where we measure at, and we're at this circumference, 13 feet in circumference, or it says 48 inches in diameter. Let me get up in this tree and
Cut that stinking thing off.
cut that left one off. Let me get my gear on. Where's my gear at?
What do you want? 500?
Yeah, 500i, 28-inch bar. Let's see if I can get up there and get that flip line around a single stem. It's kind of high. Yeah, it should work. I'm gonna see if I can get this. Oh, I'll just get up in there first. Big old tree. That'll work. Now I just had to get my climb line around this big old base. Probably throw it around this tree onto this limb over here and get it back. That worked. Alright. Tie it on there. Now I'll go get the chainsaw. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably strap into this one once I get that back cut going. But I'll stand to this one so I can be on the front side here. I got it aimed out here against these limbs where just the best shot that I'll have of getting it past these limbs, just enough, kind of like mid limb level where it won't stop it. It should roll, try to roll right through it. This thing's gonna Cottonwood, man. I'll probably only get halfway through this before it starts to break apart.
So are you gonna switch your flip line now?
Yeah, let me try that and see how it feels over there.
Okay.
I might even start my back cut on that side because I'm not gonna be able to get the bar all the way through. I just don't want to be on this side when I go to send the piece. I feel more protected over there because also the dead stuff above me, if it breaks out, there's more limb coverage on that side. There's no limb coverage here where I'm at. So let me start the back cut on this side and then I'll move back over there. Timber! Man, that went perfect.
Beautiful.
That actually went right through the limbs like I hoped.
Yep. It's almost like we've done this before.
It came. So I did was I cut before I went to the core of the tree and cut it up. I cut all the outside to try to keep that hinge
Like
tiny.
a score
I
line.
scored it, but pretty deep, like 6 inches. Here, I'll hand you the saw.
Yep.
I'm gonna look at that hinge real quick and I'll come down. I'm really familiar with this Cottonwood and how it works, so I wanted to basically make this hinge as thin as it could be before it broke apart. So look here, that actually is a really thin hinge there. I'm surprised I was able to get this big piece of wood to come off
Very wet and very
with that thin little hinge right there. I guess I was starting the back cut. This is when I first came through and cut up a bunch of the tree, and then I dug back in and went center with it. This I didn't cut through. It started coming off with that still there. Yeah, you can see how big it is compared to the customer here, the homeowner. Look how far away it went from the base of the tree, flew off. That's wild. Cool. Now I get to the fun part, the jacking of the tree and doing the whole bottom. So you might be asking yourself, why don't I just cut this one now? Here is because, like I said, the weight is out here. The weight's out here, and I want the tree to go this way on the inside of these two trees. If I was just gonna send it out there, it'd be no problem. Yeah, obviously I would untie myself, but I could send it out there, sure. But I need it to come this way. So that's why I have to do it from the base. I don't want to be standing on this stump, pounding wedges to get this tree that way. It's possible, but not necessary. Did we get to the fence, or is the fence still clear?
Oh, I went past it.
Went past it. It looks like we missed the fence post though.
Barely.
Just barely.
It nudged it.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's a win then. This one, when it comes through, it's gonna blast through these undergrowth here. It's gonna be wild. Of course, I could climb to the top of this and make it small and just crash down pieces from 100 feet, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
like Jake just said, 661 36-inch bar. It's got some rapid cut chain on it, whatever that is. probably gonna have to turn it more. Let me see.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're pointing that way.
pointing a little more. So let me just keep buttering it up.
Yeah.
I figured I'd have to make it twice just to get it perfect.
Looks great. Not quite angry.
Yeah, I'm up to the right there. That should work. We pointed the right way. Yeah, that's perfect. This is just on top of the cut, so it doesn't matter. It's not underneath where the actual hinge is gonna be. This doesn't look great, but it's on the top of the notch, so it doesn't matter. What matters is the bottom down here when I do the back cut, when it lines up. That's pretty big. It's not half, it's not quite half, but I did want to help the tree go the way I want it to go. So now I'll start the back cut. Just enough where I can get the jack in. And then I'll stop. I gotta make a jack seat for it and everything, but I have to start the back cut first to do that. So I got enough back cut in it to start making my seat for the jack. I might actually run that 500, Jake, to make a... I'm gonna put this wedge in here just to see if the tree starts setting back at all. I'll keep checking it periodically to see if it's still loose. It was a little pinchy when I was doing the back cut. It could be the wood though. The wood likes so when you cut through it, it can expand. So we'll just keep an eye on it there. Now I gotta cut a little jack seat in here. It's gotta be below my notch so I can lift the tree. So, and I have to measure it with this, with the handle. I measure it with the handle this side. The bottom of the black tape is where I need to hold it here. And I need to make my, right there is where I need to cut the bottom of it. I'll take that 500.
Do you want to set this at all?
Nope, I want to leave it just like that. I just want to make sure the tree doesn't sit back.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's big enough. Nope, I'm gonna need to make it a little bigger than that. Not quite there. I want the whole jack to sit in there easily. I don't think that's... I'll have to maybe cut... I lost a little bit, yeah, because I was a little too low still.
Just a little deeper.
I might cut a little shelf to put this on. Let me go a little deeper with that. Just, I want to make it perfect. Sits in there. That's better. Yeah, I would like it. Let me see if I can make this is a good piece here. Actually, it might still be too big. It's gonna be too large.
Those little pieces I pulled out.
What I could do is make this shelf a little taller, and then this piece will fit in there. This is a really nice block.
Do you need like actual
shelf,
not wedges, right?
Yeah, let me make that a little, cut that shelf a little bigger, and then I can slide that big piece in. Let's put this over here. I'm not going to need it in a second.
It's thick.
Close. Maybe I can rotate it this way. Or this way even. There we go. That's getting closer. Oh, there we go. That's perfect.
Money?
All the way in there now. Alright, so the way this jack works, it's got a 4-inch lift on it, which is equivalent to stacking 4 wedges. That's like an inch there, maybe a little under even. But I'm going to start building pressure on this. It goes all the way up to 15,000. I'm going to start building pressure maybe up to like 6,000. Maybe I'll actually go up to 9,000 just to change it up. And then I'll start making the back cut. And then if this gauge starts reading higher, I know the tree's sitting back. And then I can pound some wedges to take some pressure off this jack. Then I can do some jacking, and I can pound some wedges, and I can do some jacking. But if we start losing pressure, I know it's pushing the tree over. So at that point, I could just decide how thick I want my hinge to be, and then I just finish it off by jacking it over. So let's set this jack in here. Okay, and I'll get a little bit of pressure built up on this thing. Make sure my valve's closed. We're up to 2,000 psi. I'm losing a little bit on me here. That valve is closed all the way, so it shouldn't. There's 3,000. Why is my jack? It almost acts like it pressurizes and then loses a little bit and then it settles. Now I don't know what the equivalency is to PSI compared to like how much weight it's lifting. Don't have that answer. This is a special jack. The reason it's a tree jack is because that top plate, it floats. So it's like sitting on like a circular thing, and that top plate is able to float as the tree goes over. It follows it instead of just staying up and down. It'll follow it over. Look at the water coming out. Oh, I think it's coming out from this piece of wood. I'm not sure why every time I pump it's coming back down. Oh, I think it's because it's this wood here that's giving.
It's compressing.
It's compressing the wood. Yeah, now I can see that. Let's keep a wedge in. Let me start banging these in here and just keep them. How far into that side did I cut? I don't want to hit my wedge. Let me do a little cutting on the back.
Yeah.
And then I'll start burying some wedges. Yeah, I used that wood there, but it's like slowly compressing that wood because it's not like a super hard wood. All right, I'm gonna cut some up. I wanna cut this side all the way up and then I'll go over there and finish it. Okay. Might be safer for me to finish on this side so I can bail out there.
Right.
And if something falls out, I'll be under these trees here.
And all the branches are pointing that way.
Yeah, I don't want to be on this side and finish it. So unfortunately I'll be over here with the jack, but I'll just have to keep my head up. I'll do this side first then. So that side's all cut up. I lost PSI when I made that cut. Let me get her back a little bit.
Definitely have movement now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna go.
I hear it crackling.
Oh yeah, it's making noise.
You want me to bury this?
No, let me just finish that cut on that side and let's see what it does.
Okay.
It's probably gonna go. Watch this wedge. Yeah. This wedge is starting to tilt down on its own. It's letting me know the tree's going over. Yep, that wedge is going to fall out and that tree's going to go right where we want it to. I'm sure I've lost pressure at this point. Yeah, I'm down to 3,000. Timber! Big branch on the way. Oh yeah.
Watch that big branch on the left. That right there.
There she is.
Happy I called that out.
Yeah.
You alright?
Oh, I'm
I
fine.
don't think it got you.
No. Whew.
Perfect.
Perfect. I think so. I definitely kept it to the left of those trees. Let's see how. Whew. Yeah, good call on the branch.
I saw, well, exactly what we were talking about before we got here.
Looking up.
It was on the outside of this one, falling that way. It's gonna snap, obviously.
Yeah. It looked like it veered off my line. It came through.
A little to the left, but
How do we do it here? It looks like it went through to the left of the trees, but then. Wow, look at that. Was that like that? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I can get that down. Oh yeah, look at the uproot right there. You can cut that from the base and walk it down, get it to come out of the tree. Anything else hanging like that? There's one over here, Jake. I'm gonna get down because it's leaning. Yeah, I mean, we knew coming when it came down it was gonna be like a wrecking ball. That's a big old tree. I'll probably. It's kind of sketch. Yeah, I'll run the 500 to get that little tree down. Whew, that worked out. I didn't look at that hinge. The hinge was pretty even all the way across.
yeah, your first cut was one of the best
Big notches, yeah. No, it was
cuts
a really good cut. There's the size of it compared to the double saws. I'm gonna go walk a tree down that's leaning over there real quick and then we'll clean this up, but look at the size of that. Cleanup crew. I got this leaner into that tree. See what I can do with this thing over here. Timber! Okay. That works. That's on the ground. Looks like that's the only tree that got destroyed. I mean, there was a maple over right there, but the top's blown out. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
A couple of them.
We kept the majority on your side.
Yeah.
Hey, my pleasure.
6 months of work for me.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and thinking about this tree and I was like, I couldn't tell if I was nervous or excited or both, but I was glad to be the one to get to do it. You don't get to, get into big trees like this all the time, especially when you're not away next to a house or you get to fall them whole. That's a wrap, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me see you in the comments. What do you have to say? Looking forward to that. We'll see you later.